blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Take those steps beyond your way. Take those steps when you have a dream. You gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. Okay, we're shining bright on the ranch, my favorite day of the week. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. I tell you this every week. Great stop for looking for music. And if you have music, you want it up on Blast Music 24/7. Really great to their artists. We have our listeners at My Indie Radio in Paris. We have our Plow Zone in California, and all our streaming platforms. Hotel Universe also supports us with Roku TV, so we love their and support that they give us through videos for support as well. And I gotta tell you, I'm shining bright, but I am vertical due to some hardcore medical grade pharmaceuticals. I have been down for the count with a cold. What's more than a cold? It's this upper sinus plague thing that I've been battling, but nowhere I'd rather be. So I've got my tea, I got my cough drops, I got my tissue. I am ready to go and have some fun with you tonight. We got some people checking in. Howdy, howdy, Billy. I'm shining bright like a star. You're the best. And no, Billy, I'm not sharing my medical grade pharmaceuticals with you. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not. All right, we have a show, and this is going to be interesting because he is actually an anchor on a we're going to actually be beaming into his station right now. We are going to Kentucky. Dreyden Gordon, how are you?
Oh, bless your heart, Randy. It's wonderful to be on the air with you at the ranch. My goodness, been looking forward to this, and I'm doing great. How are you doing? Aside from all the hoopla going on right there.
Actually, I've been doing really good. I've been doing really good. Up here in Pennsylvania, we've been having some great weather. Got a little cool today, but actually, it's been really good. And you are in Eastern Kentucky.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, you look like you're in a prison, but you assured me it's actually a soundproof room.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're down here. We're in the studio right now. One of the studios that we have here at the radio station that I work at on the side, and I figured this is as good a place as any to come in and do this interview with you.
I gotta tell you, we've seen a lot worse.
And probably heard a lot more echoes.
A lot. We've had cats running around.
Well, I've got the door closed, or there's a station cat. She'd probably been in here otherwise.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, so Billy's telling me he would share his pharmaceuticals with me. See? Thank you, Billy. All right. Now, Dreyden has assured me if I have a coughing spell, he's just going to break into song. So I'll go to mute, and we're just going to figure it out.
Just give me a good point.
Okay, yeah. Stroking sign,
when I see you drop below camera.
That's it. If I just fall to the floor.
Yeah, I'll know to hit a good song there. Yeah.
So you do some anchoring, you do weather?
I do news, weather, disc jockey work, every bit of it, really, just a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I have to think being a weatherman's kind of thankless, because if you're giving them bad weather, they don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. I've got a garden at the house, and I don't want to hear it either. So when the garden does bad, I don't want to hear it. Or if I've got a mow, I don't want to hear it either. So
this is true, and you're right, Billy. I do need some homemade chicken soup. That would be great. My drummer did bring me some chicken soup on Sunday, so she was on alert to see if she was going to have to dog sit this week, but I'm kind of pushing through. I'm all right. So that's a cool job. I mean, and that fits in pretty nicely with the creative energy of songwriting.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been doing this for 5 years here at the radio station. I've been playing music for a lot longer. I'm 21 years old, so y'all can surmise how long that's been, but it's been really a lifelong endeavor here in the music business, whether it be singing, in entertaining, or whether it be on the radio side of it, or or the entertainment side of it.
Yeah, so you've been in the business from the get-go. So starting in high school, how did you actually start in high school?
Well, as far as the entertainment aspect of it goes back a lot further back than just high school. I started on stage dancing at 2 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And from there, it grew into singing about the age of 7. And about the age of 11 or 12, something around there, I taught myself to play guitar. And as they say, the rest is history and, the rest of the story. So here we are, X amount of years later, and still doing the same thing and still growing each and every year, and in the craft, trying to. And we're still getting out there and playing shows, doing more and more shows every year, and just trying to grow and expand our audience, and putting out more music and all kinds of different things.
Now, are your parents musical?
No, I'm the only one in the family that is musically inclined at all. They love to play the radio. They loved, they love to take in shows, go to shows, musical shows of that nature. But I'm the only one that ever played music or sang.
At first, are they like waiting for you to grow out of your phase, or are they like all in?
They was always very supportive. Yeah, from the word go, absolutely 110% supportive, and I couldn't be more thankful for it.
Oh, we got Kim. She plays the radio too. I still play records.
Yay! Yeah, that's. I think that's sometimes the best.
I do. I still have my vinyl, and when I'm sad or something, I let it rip. I just put on some Fleetwood Mac or something like that, and like tear it up. Oh, Kim's got them too, and I tear it up around my living room.
Absolutely.
So vinyl's coming back. I think it outsold CDs last year.
There's
Kim,
a good
right on that one. Somebody fact check me. I could just be making up stuff. I could be hallucinating and be making that up. But I think vinyl, because, well, first of all, it's expensive, so it's easy to outsell a CD. But it really is doing really, really well. So anyway, which leads us kind of, when I'm sad, I listen to music and I use it to pick me up. And I don't write love songs. And I'm listening to your songs here, Dreyden, and the songs we're listening to, there's a lot of heartbreak here.
Yeah, we do a lot of sad songs. We've got a few happy songs on some of the live shows and a couple on some of the albums. But a lot of the songs that we do are good old sad crying your beer and she done me wrong, this and that songs. And, but we try to throw in some happy songs too. But, it's kind of the spirit of bluegrass music. And that's what we do really is the majority of the show is bluegrass music. And that's...
Wait. Are you trying to say that there's only heartache in bluegrass music?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. But I'm just saying that's there's a lot of it.
Okay, fair enough. Country music's, I think, is the same way. There's a lot of cheating hearts in country music, and I don't write love songs. I don't know. I've tried, and they all go bad and angry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not kidding. I was writing one called Heart and Soul. I was falling in love and afraid to fall in love, and then the guy did me wrong. And it just became this like death German metal song, like in the middle of it. And I'm like, I went into my producer and I'm like, man, you got to reel this in. This is really bad. So
Seems like they never have quite the hook when they're a love song.
But a good, happy song. People want to hear that. They're hard to write.
They are. They can be. They can be. We've got a few of them, though.
All right. But your first one we're gonna talk about is I Know What It Means.
All right.
And I really like the female that comes in on this one. Who is that?
Well, I guess I'm gonna throw you for a loop here because there isn't any women on the recording of it.
I thought there was. What am I hearing?
No, that's all fellers on that whole record there. We use pretty much the same band throughout. Yeah, that's on that recording there. That's the album, or that's the single rather, that we're really pushing to the radio right now. That's from the latest album, Stop the World. I Know What It Means to be lonesome, I guess, would be the end of the tagline there.
Right. Oh, I gotta listen to this again because I listened to it. I really liked it, but I thought the backup singers were female.
And no, sure enough, not. That's that high bluegrass tenor harmony right there.
It must be. It must be because it fits so nicely with the song.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, let's listen to some bluegrass. I Know What It Means.
All righty, thank you.
Wait. I'm gonna play the track.
I thought I was playing. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, it's only if I have a coughing fit. We'll do the last one live if you want, but we're gonna actually play the track.
Do it 100%.
Because now we can all listen to the vocals and listen to what I was listening to.
I know what it means to be lonesome. I know what it means to be blue. I know what it means to be lonesome in dreams when there ain't nobody there with you. My baby left me this morning as that clock was just striking 4. The sweet smiling face of my darling I may never see anymore. I know what it means to be lonesome. I know what it means to be blue. I know what it means to be lonesome in dreams when there ain't nobody there with you. I've cried since we parted. No one knows what I've gone through. I'd give all I own just to have you back home. I'm lonesome, so lonesome for you. I know what it means to be lonesome. I know what it means to be blue. I know what it means to be lonesome in dreams when there ain't nobody there with you.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. Your one stop for indie artists. You got to check it out. We also have our radio stations, My Indie Radio out in Paris. We also have the Plow Zone in California and all the streaming platforms. You can find us there, Amazon Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, Pocket Podcasts, and all the rest of them. You can find us. We're everywhere you want to be. Hotel Universe hooks us up, and we are on Roku TV. So we're glad you're stopping by. We have Dreyden Gordon hanging out with us tonight. Lots of comments, so let's go back to that one. Really liking the sound. Ryan really likes the sound.
Oh, thank you so much.
Billy just thinks I haven't found the right person yet. And I don't know if I'll write a love song then either. I don't know. We did get confirmation that actually vinyl has outsold CDs. This is from Kim. 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Well, what about that?
4 years in a row, vinyl's getting it done. Let's see. I loving the banjo. I don't always like banjo. These guys will tell you. And I actually liked it, and Kim liked it too. Good fun stomping music we got from Billy.
Well, good. Thank you, Billy.
Everyone's agreeing with that. And that was a fun song. We got everyone agreeing.
Yeah, I appreciate
everyone's just kind of nodding along with that one.
I appreciate the kind comments. I sure do. Absolutely. That's a song that tells kind of a sad story there. So
it does. Someone we know all too well. But I am sticking by my initial, and I'm blaming it on my low-grade fever. That sounds like a woman behind you.
Oh well, yeah. Once again, though, I'm going to have to throw you under the bus there and tell you.
You know what? Today's the do it, because it's backing up over me like crazy. So
yeah.
That's all good. But there's a good sound to that. I like your bluegrass. Oh, wait a minute. We were happy about to play it live. Maybe a great idea for a new segment on Randie O'Neil.
Yeah, I apologize about that. That was on me. I just misunderstood about that.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that. And it has to do with the streaming platforms itself.
Yeah.
There's lag. I have no control over sound quality. Yeah. So I have found through trial and error that I'd rather use good studio tracks and showcase your best music. And even some live recorded performances don't play well. Yeah. So I'm very picky on what I allow to go live, even live recorded.
Absolutely.
Has to really be done well because, as a broadcaster, these streaming platforms give me little recourse.
Absolutely. I do a lot of these types of interviews and things like that. And it's a mixed bag of what we perform live and what's played, pre-recorded like what you just did. And, so many times we go back and we re-listen and it sounds good when you play it, but by the time it gets compressed and redefined and everything else, by the time it goes through 15 different channels, what you come out with is less than satisfactory.
You're absolutely right. And right now we're streaming to 7 platforms.
Yes.
And they're not all giving us the same bandwidth.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
And Facebook will fight me on this stupid issue and blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to put the best foot forward of all my indie artists.
And I appreciate that 100%.
So I even use video. My listeners can't see it. We try to describe it and, hey, this is what you're missing, which is kind of a tease. But for the viewers, I like to do video because I love shooting video. I'm kind of, you're an anchor. Like you have to love jumping in front of a camera.
Oh, absolutely. Every once in a while we jump in front of a camera. Most of what I do is on the radio, but I do a lot of stuff on the TV too. So, we're back and forth between everything else. So.
That's great. You probably have total access to people to help you shoot video then.
Well, yeah, it's all kinds of different things. It's like I said, it's a mosh pit of a lot of different things, big mixed bag.
Yeah, and then you have a cameraman, and I just love a cameraman who worked for food.
What about that? What about that?
I think all of mine does, but right now I'm using my great niece. She finished film school, so I'll ask her to do something. And she'll go, I'm working for free, don't you? She'll just be like that.
Absolutely.
So where are we here? All right. So this album, Stop the World. Did it drop yet, or
Yes,
we're still
yep.
rolling it out?
It came out in the last quarter of last year, and it's been doing wonderful for us. And I'm so thankful for all of the wonderful feedback that we've got, all of the wonderful folks just like yourself that have given this album a platform and who have given this album a chance to be heard, and as well as the radio stations that have given it an opportunity to be played, and the different chartings and things like that. It's up for Album of the Year this year with the ISSA, International Singer-Songwriter Association. So excited about that, as well as a couple other awards that we're up for. But this album has been really a labor of love. It took a little longer than it probably should have to make, and it was a fun project to make. But it's 11 traditional bluegrass style songs, and just hardcore bluegrass to the bone. And it's the style of bluegrass that I'm proud to put out and say that it's my style of bluegrass too.
Right, your child, you got some. You really are just starting out in the industry.
So thank you.
So how did you branch out and connect with ISA?
Well, this is something that came to me recommended, and I had heard of them, but I didn't really know a whole lot about ISA. But it was something that came recommended to me through the indie record label that I'm on, which is Nashville Entertainment Weekly Records. And they said, hey, you ought to get involved. And I started looking into it more and more and more. And I said, hey, maybe I ought to get involved. And one thing led to another. And I'm so thankful and so grateful. And we've got 6 nominations now. It's Album of the Year, Musician of the Year, Male Emerging Artist of the Year, Rising Star of the Year, and I'm missing 1 or 2 others off the top. But go on there.
You go through the bird sheet, and just if you see your name, you just click it off.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, if anybody feels so inclined, we sure wouldn't. We wouldn't mind if you didn't go ahead and go on that website and vote. Thank you. But yeah, certainly. But that's I'm proud to be associated with those fine folks, and proud to be listed alongside so many other wonderful and deserving indie artists up for so many of those wonderful awards.
Are you going to the award show?
Planning on it, yeah. As long as we get through this round of nominations and everything, right. I'm hoping so, yeah.
Wait, we have some comments here. Oh, we got some congratulations from my videos.
Appreciate that.
So, congratulations, Album of the Year nominee. Nice.
Thank you.
It is exciting. And when I started the organization, I don't know, 7 years ago, it was like 8,000 people. It has grown to 30,000 people and growing strong. So the award means something. It's big. Yes. Yeah. Because indie records don't get recognized very often. So, do you belong to any other organizations?
Well, as far as the musical organizations go, I'm sure I do. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'd hate to slight somebody. We've got a few probably. I hate to leave somebody out when I start naming names and lists and things. So we'll
I think it's important when you're starting out, especially, to have go-to groups to go to, songwriting circles and other indie artists and ISA and things like that. I just think it's so important. It seems like your label is someplace you could really bounce things off of.
Yes. Which
is really nice to have. So, all right, rolling out your album, you have All Alone to Cry.
Yes, yeah. That is that we put that out as a single before the album came out, and that was a song that I wrote. Maybe January of last year, maybe a little bit before that. I'm not positive exactly when I wrote that, but that came out as a single, and that done really well for us. And I am so proud of that song and so honored by the feedback that it received. It's one of those songs that it's not really it just kind of tells a heartbreak story, you know, and what we keep talking about, the theme, you know, and I guess that's kind of a common theme when it comes to my style of music is that heartbreak music with happy music behind it. Heartbreak lyrics with happy music.
And that's what I'm finding with you. Like, it's a little deceptive, but I like a man who can cry in public.
Well, absolutely. It's the like I said, it's the heartbreak music with the happy music and the heartbreak lyrics, and that's kind of what this song is. It tells a story about a feller sitting at home all alone, and he's downtrodden, downhearted, and his woman's out running wild, so he's left all alone to cry.
That is a heartbreak. Bitch. I've had it with guys too, though, so meanies go both ways. Ride Videos is telling us about a group called United Artists of Power that are launching an app soon and will be a great digital megaphone for indies. Thank you, Rive. Always love to hear things I need to check out. A few things I'm checking out right now, which is really cool. All right, where am I here? All right, heartbreak and crying alone. All alone to cry. Here we go.
The first time we kissed, I knew I'd love you forever, but forever was never on your mind. You're out with another one, drunk and running wild, and I'm left all alone to cry. I knew you didn't love me right from the start. I knew in the end you'd only break my heart. But here I sit at home, knowing that you're gone, and I'm left all alone to cry. Time you told me that your heart was only mine. For a time I believed your lies. I couldn't make you love me, God knows how I tried. Now I'm left all alone to cry. I knew you didn't love me right from the start. I knew in the end you'd only break my heart. But here I sit at home, knowing that you're gone, and I'm left all alone to cry. I knew you were the life of the party when we met. I thought that would mellow in time. Someday you'll look back at all you've wasted in this life, then you'll be all alone to cry. I knew you didn't love me right from the start. I knew in the end you'd only break my heart. But here I sit at home, knowing that you're gone, and I'm left all alone to cry. Yes, here I sit at home, I know that you're gone, and I'm left all alone to cry.
All right, and we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. A great platform that takes care of their indie artists and actually pays their artists for all their plays and streams, and have a great new format coming out, as well as what we just heard. United Artists of Power is launching soon. They're in the testing stage. Kim's been laughing. Okay. Great song, though. So I love the picking on that one. I really do. It just adds such great stuff. Oh, see, Blast Music is great for indies. We have Rave Videos. It's giving us some love there, which I really like. because they were now part of an indie magazine. I mean, they have a lot of ways to support their indie artists. So show some love. Show some love. All right. So some great picking on that. Who's doing the picking on that?
Yeah, we've got, let's see, we have got Alex Leach on the banjo. We have got Jason Hale on the bass. He also did all the mixing and mastering on that, as well as the recording. Let's see, we've got Jason Berry on fiddle, and Clay Hess on mandolin, and yours truly on the guitar. And let's see, Alex Leach and Jason Hale on the background vocals, and yours truly on the lead vocals there. So
nice.
you.
Nice. So you're starting out putting some great music together, and you dream of being on the road, putting a band together. Dreyden, how hard is it?
Well, if anybody thinks that it's easy, I've got another story to sell them. But there's days when it's certainly harder than other days. But I don't have a complaint in the world about it. Really, I've loved it for a long time. I've been doing it for a long time, and wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. We've got really just a new band lineup, a road band. That band on the album is more of studio musicians that we used, but I've got a new road band lineup this year. We just had our first show a couple weeks ago. Just a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and everything went wonderful. And we've got a full summer ahead, full of festivals and fairs and package shows and things like that. And I cannot wait to see everybody out and about on the road. We've got several states already booked. I've got an overseas tour booked over in the UK, and we've got all kinds of different things coming up this year, and it's wonderful. So we're certainly blessed, fortunate, and just thriving and surviving. So thank you very much to everybody that's supported us thus far, and we're ready to get back out on the road again. It's been a long winter. Kind of everything goes dormant a lot of times in the winter. A lot less shows, little less work, and things pick up in the summer. So
yeah, they do pick up in the summer. And I don't know, one of our guests, Kim, thinks that you should do an "I Will Survive" anthem for men.
All right.
What do you think, Dreyden? Give it a shot.
All right, we'll get to work on that.
That's a classic. I mean, I should do a country version of that. It's just, yeah, a male version. I could see that. Kim likes that idea. Maybe could collab on that, a male version of that, because we like to sing about our heartaches, your heartaches, and it's kind of a universal thing.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe I will, Kim. Maybe I'll go for a Crunchify It. That could be interesting. Pedal steel now, banjo. I don't know. Changed the beat up a little bit. Got a lot of it actually, but I could see you doing an anthem, Dreyden.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, we'll have to get to work on that.
No. So, touring in the UK, there's complications with that.
There's complications with touring anywhere.
This is true. This is true. The timing, and it looks like that far on paper, and then you got to get there in like no time at all, and things like that. But I know with visas and stuff, if you're a touring act and you have a potential of making money, the UK, the UA, the EU, thank you. EU wants to know about it. Well, and the EU. And you have to have work visas.
Oh yeah. Everything has to be documented and on paper and everything. But we're looking forward to seeing our friends across the pond. I believe it's the last 2 weeks of July this year. So
this is fun. I'm actually meeting some ISA people in Germany.
What about that?
Which is going to be the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So, Danny, yeah. And you'll meet some in Atlanta because a lot of internationals will come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've heard some great things about that, and heard some wonderful things about the international side of ISA too.
Yeah, you have people from Greece coming,
Oh, wow.
Philippines, India, UK's there, Germany is there, from all over. It's amazing.
What about that?
The connections you can make. And that's right. Music is a universal language.
Absolutely, I think it's probably the great border divider. It speaks to all of us, no matter where we're at on this big spinning ball of water and land.
And I think what's interesting about ISA is that we are Kim agreeing with Fry videos is it doesn't talk in genres.
Yes.
And they're like, a song is a song. If it's a good song, it's a good song, no matter what the genre. It's a little scary.
Yeah.
You're up against European style music.
Yeah.
Well, they have their own set, and the Americans, and you're up against all different genres. So it's really interesting. To your point, music is music, and it brings people together.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're looking forward to connecting with your fans?
Absolutely. Like I said, we've got a real busy summer ahead. We've got several festivals and fairs and things like that on the docket, and we can't wait to see everybody out and about. Of course, I think I won't say that this is the most amount of shows that we've ever had in a year, but I will say that to an extent, I'd like to say that the quality of things get a little bit better every year, and I'm so blessed and so thankful for that too. So.
Oh no, it is. And again, you're just starting out. Nobody knows the name. You got to find the places that give good music a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You find your niche.
Yeah. You said you're going to be doing some festivals.
Oh, absolutely. That's really a lot of our bread and butter in the summer, especially is the festivals, especially the bluegrass festivals is where we work a lot in the summertime, and so we do a lot of those.
Yeah, those are the best because they're always going to be a draw of people, and they're just a lot of fun. And there's usually funnel cake.
Oh, absolutely. Funnel cake, elephant ears, deep fried things that we shouldn't eat.
Life is good.
Absolutely.
Just deep fry it.
Deep fry it. I was at a festival this past weekend, and I had deep fried peaches.
What?
I know it. Best thing I ever had. I bet that'd cure your cough.
It did. It did. Although Easton has a bacon fest.
Oh, what about that?
A bacon fest. Yeah. We fry bacon and put it in everything, including ice cream.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yup. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, hit those socials, record content when you are playing out and traveling. Right. Genuine and authentic content is what moves the needle.
Absolutely.
And, finding fans, get them to your socials, get emails and all that stuff. Fans, everyone listening, all those likes on social media count so much.
Absolutely, yeah.
It helps the artist. It helps you follow the artist you like, and it just helps everyone. That's how you support local artists for free.
Absolutely. I'm real big into the support local artists, support live music. That's the best way that you can keep music centralized wherever you're at.
Yep.
You want to see local venues bring live music in, get out there and support it.
You're right. Ride Records, smash that button, support. Even the ranch, which the radio show is actually up for an award this year, which is really cool. So all those likes on YouTube really, really help Blast and me. So it's really all important for following. So Kim, back to the deep fried peaches.
I guess they'll deep fry anything these days.
So true. Did it taste like a ham pie?
Oh, it was just kind of crusty with that peach texture and warm, but they had some ice cream with them and everything. But I tell you, I'm not real big into the whole deep fried, deep fried everything like people do. I mean, I like it as much as the next person, but some people, they have to have it. But I loved it. I thought
Probably tasted like a pie with ice, deep fried. Yeah.
kind of like some of those fried peach pies, fried apple pies, things like that.
Thank you, Kim, for the congratulations on the ranch being nominated. Again, we're in the voting phase. Hopefully we'll make it. For ISA, what I like about their award shows is there's a voting phase. Mm-hmm. So it is a bit of a popularity contest.
Yeah.
But then it goes to judging, and it's your peers who pick the winners. So there is judging. Last year's winners, their gold medal winners, are judging this year, have agreed to be judges. So it's really coming from the peers in the industry. So it really, really is a cool process. It's a little daunting all month, this voting. And, self-promotion's hard enough, but everyone vote. My mom sitting at the computer, like voting away. So, all right. Any more? I'm not big on deep fried Oreos. I know I'm going to get backlash for this one.
That's kind of where people lose me too.
It's too much. Peaches, peers judging. That is smart. It was a clever thing that they did. And it really, I think, added legitimacy to the whole process. It wasn't just popular and, who has much people. It actually does come down to the music, which I really, really appreciate. So another question. And now ICE is associated with the Grammy. Oh, Mindy, I forgot all about that. All the gold artists who win gold, okay, because it's bronze, silver, and gold, are actually sent to be part of the Grammy Recording Academy members. So they can become voting members.
Okay.
Automatically, because ISA is now part of the Grammy recording. So they're affiliated. So it's really
exciting for all the ISA members.
Yeah, you're right. They can't ignore ISA anymore. Yeah, Tammany wouldn't allow that. I love Tammany. She's smart, man. She's clever. I like clever people. All right, we have a clever audience tonight. So look at that.
Some wonderful folks indeed.
Which is good, so I don't talk so much and coughing. It's going well. All right, so let's talk about your title track, Stop the World.
All right. Well, Stop the World is a cover song, actually, that goes back to the late 50s, early 60s, to the days of Johnny and Jack. And they had a cut on this, and it was a fairly slow cut. And Patsy Cline had a cut on it. Waylon Jennings, a whole bunch of other people have recorded this country. And I thought that it was time that we gave this song the bluegrass pep that it deserved. I kept hearing this, and I kept hearing it in my head a certain way. And every time I'd hear somebody sing this song, I kept thinking, now what this song really needs is this, and this, and this in my head. Every time I could hear it, I could hear myself doing it this way. And that's kind of what I think we really conveyed it on this recording, and I'm so proud of this. And this is the title track of the album, Stop the World.
Now, playing a cover, there's a lot of times you have to get a permission.
Yeah.
So, which you have.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't always play covers unless they meet two criteria. One, you have permission to do it, which you did. And number two, you have to do it differently.
Yeah.
You have to add your own spin to it, which is why I really like this piece, that it's done really bluegrassy.
Well, thank you.
Mechanical license. Thank you, brain not working. It's a mechanical license that has to be acquired when you do a license. And that's what's going to flag people on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
If they do a cover and they don't find a mechanical license, you get flagged. It's really not funny. Every week I have to dispute that I have a right to play your music on my show. So it's a process. So, but let's listen to this bluegrassy version of Stop the World.
Stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going around and round. I've played the game of love and lost. Hey, stop the world and let me off. My dreams are shattered, can't you see? You no longer care for me. I miss the wonder of your kiss. How could you leave me here like this? Stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going around and round. I've played the game of love and lost. Hey, stop the world and let me off. Has tumbled to the ground. The one I love has let me down. Can't stop this burning deep inside. I know your love for me has died. Stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going around and around. I played the game of love and lost. Stop the world and let me off.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. And I want to thank everyone. You guys have been so much fun tonight listening on as I'm dying in the background with my cold. This is upper respiratory plague I've been having. So I want to know all indie artists. I know Arrive Videos. Kim, I know you work with people. Again, any artist wants to be on the show, Indie Americana, just go to my website, spell my name right. It's Randie, O'Neil.com/shows. Fill out the form and we'll get you on. So, okay. Rive Video, man, I'm going to have to email you because if an artist whitelists or allow list on my channel, then I won't get flagged. So you have to talk me how to do that. So I appreciate that feedback. Kim liked this version of the bluegrass as much as I did. So I like that.
Thank you very much, Kim.
Be nice if we could stop the world and get off for a while. Yeah, the world's gone crazy. We haven't even gone there. It is just wilding out and it's getting kind of scary. Great guesting music as usual. Thank you, Kim. Always a pleasure catching up with the show. I'm glad to have you guys tonight. It's been really fun. We go live every Monday at 7 with our indie artists. So love to have people chiming on. You won't get the strikes. Just let's talk during the week. Sounds great. Always look forward to that. That's why we need more awesome music. It really negates this wacky world. We need distractions right now because things are a little tense and hard to know what's happening. And I always turn to music. So, Dreyden, what do we got going on next? What's your next show up?
Well, we've got a show this Thursday in Olive Hill, Kentucky, which isn't too far from where I live. It is sold out though, so we can't promise you anything about that. That's a Tom T. Hall tribute show. I'm super excited about that. Tom T. Hall is from the same county as I am. He's from Olive Hill, and so I'm real excited about that. But it is sold out, and we've got a whole bunch of people coming in from Sweden and all kinds of different places to be a part of this. But then from there on, I've got a church show, which I always love doing church shows. Ross Chapel in Rush, Kentucky, and then Memory Days in Grayson, Kentucky. That's going to be a great, fun show. I do that every year. That's kind of like a homecoming show for me. I'll be there with my full band. We've got the Chris Davis Band, Hammertown, and the Cody Norris Show. All of those super spectacular and big stars in their own rights. Then from there, I've got CMA Fest. I've got some other things there in June. I know I'm forgetting a few things in the category. I don't have a calendar right in front of me. We've got Rudy Fest, which is a real big thing here in Kentucky, and just super stoked to be back out on the road and super excited for it. And we've got a lot of big things coming up this year. Just visit me on all the social media outlets. We're currently having the website rebuilt right now, so I would tell you to visit that, but don't visit that right now because you won't get there. But
they can't find you on Facebook using Dreyden Gordon. They have to use Colonel, C-O-L.
That's the personal page, Colonel Dreyden. I do have another page that is Dreyden Gordon. That's ran by management and all that. You can still should be able to find most everything on there as well. So
okay, so there's why the C-O-L? Why the Colonel?
Colonel is Colonel Dreyden Gordon. Well, the Colonel goes back to a title. The Colonels are a organization here in Kentucky, and it's a title that is bestowed from the governor of Kentucky, really. And I believe it was the last governor here in the state of Kentucky made me a colonel, and it's one of the highest honors that you can receive. It's given to people for their contributions to the state of Kentucky, be it good works or otherwise, And I guess I qualified due to music. It was something that I never thought that I would ever see in my lifetime, let alone this early in my life. And it certainly was a big honor to me. And it's something I don't take lightly. The colonels are, you don't have to live in Kentucky. There's been all kinds of different colonels, such as former presidents and dignitaries and astronauts and all kinds of different things. And it's something that I like I said, I don't take lightly. You can visit their website and all kinds of different things to learn more about it. But they do all kinds of wonderful works and just an organization that I'm really proud to be a part of. But once again, you can visit me on all the social media outlets. We've tried to make it real simple. Dreyden.official or Dreyden Official. Some of the sites don't let you put that dot in there. That's the Facebook, the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I guess it's X now. Everything. Absolutely everything. YouTube, all of it. Visit Dreyden.official and find everything. Yes, Randie does need to be a colonel. We'll have to see what we can do about that.
I think so. I agree. It's a really an honor. That is really nice to be recognized. I wish you all the luck as your voting continues in ISA. Maybe we could add some more awards to it. Ride Team's seconding that motion too. You guys have been a lot of fun. Again, we'll be back here, hopefully without my cold and temperature and all this other craziness I got going on tonight. So I really appreciate the support from y'all hanging in there with me. And I will catch you back here next Monday on the ranch. Dreyden, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do to support indie artists. And thank you for giving me this platform as well.
All right. We're getting a big thanks from our audience. And we'll see you next week on the ranch.